Many courses have a lot of terminology and terms that a student has to memorize, or at least know the meaning of in terms of a practical application. One of the easiest ways to deal with this is to build a course glossary. Now, a glossary can be added any place in the course, okay? You can also have a master glossary and some sub glossaries. We're just going to build a master glossary for this demonstration. So go into the day that you want to have the glossary built for, okay, or the topic. Click on the topic, turn editing on. And the reason we need editing on is because we have to be able to add the glossary. Okay, so come down here to add an activity or resource under the day or topic that you want to have the glossary added. In this case, we're going to just throw it under basic electrical concepts. And then you want to come down and find glossary on the list. It is an activity because it can be gradable. Okay, so just be aware of that it is an activity. Click OK or add. Give it a minute for the screen to come up. Now, you have to give it a name. So in this case, we're going to give it a name, glossary, so the students know what it is. And I'm just going to give it basic electrical. Okay, I'm not going to give it a description because I'll end up going in here and changes this anyways. Glossary being global, description, just leave that alone. Now, glossary type. Okay, main glossary is a glossary in which entries from a secondary glossary can be imported. There can only be one main glossary in a course. So in this case, I'm going to leave this as a secondary glossary. I'm not ready to add my main glossary. Okay, entries, we're going to go after, do we want entries by students to be approved by default? I'm going to say no. Do we want to allow editing? Yes. Do we want to allow duplicate entries? No. Do we want to allow comments on entry? I like letting people comment on glossary entries. Do we want to automatically link glossary entries? What this does is if it finds text someplace else that has the same name as the glossary entry, will link it. Please choose no on that. If you choose yes, it will slow down the course. Okay, appearance, simple dictionary style. I changed the entries per page to 25. Okay, the rest of that you can leave as default. Grade. If you want this to be put into a grade category, change it to like exam grade, homework, lab grade, quiz grades. Normally, I do not grade glossaries. Okay, I'm not a fan of that. So once you do that, just click Save and Display. Now, in order to use our glossary, we have to have entries added. Okay, so I'm going to click Add a New Entry. Okay, and just for the just so that we have some stuff in here, I'm going to add like a couple terms. Okay, so a switch is a device that allows or disallows electric current to flow. A control device. Okay, I'm going to save that definition. Okay, if I wanted to add a file or a picture, I could do that. Okay, now I have that on there. I'm just going to add a couple new, couple other terms because I'm going to use this glossary to demonstrate in another video the idea of a crossword puzzle. So I'm going to add a couple more definitions, and then once I have a few more added, I'm going to come back to this video. I'm going to pause this video as soon as I add this, and I'm going to just throw a couple more in. Voltage, a potential to do work, read with a voltmeter. Okay, and now I'm going to just save that, but I'm going to pause the video for a minute and I'll come right back to it as soon as I add a few more terms. Okay, now we've added our a number of glossary terms here. Okay, if you click on all, you can see that I've added amperage, relay, resistance, switch, voltage. Okay, so it's enough for us to work with for our next demonstration. So once you have that, you can go ahead and click on back to your course itself or your course section, and you will see that I now have at the bottom of that unit that I added that glossary to, I now have basic electrical terms. Now, one of the neat things you can do with this is you can actually have your students go in and add terms as the course goes on. You will have to approve the entries the way we set it up, so you don't want everyone to be memorizing wrong information. So that's how the glossary works, okay? It's a really neat thing for any course that you have terms and have to have some memorization of terms and knowledge of terms. So that's how you add a glossary, and that's how basically you use the glossary. It's a dictionary inside Moodle. It's actually pretty neat.